Hi there, I'm Speedy Nathan on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend of 2020. It was great weather this morning for disc golf. I went out to Palatine and played 18 holes. Usually I start my vlog here with a section on new plastic. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to see it, I did not get any new plastic this week. I'm holding out for next week on Wednesday, May 27th, when Discmania is going to be releasing the Razor Claw, again, re-releasing it. They've done it once already. It was part of the black mystery box that they released right around Christmas time, and I had purchased a mystery box a couple iterations before the black one, and yeah, that the one I got did not have the Razor Claw. Razor Claw is just the Discmania Evolution Tactic, but in the vapor plastic. I'll go more into that once I have one in my hands. So, as I'd mentioned before, I went to Palatine, and I'll get into that in a moment. But first, just to give you an idea of what working from home has been like for me, I'm gonna share a little bit with you about my commute. What I've done is I've gone from a commute which was, it was over 2.5 hours each way by train and by bus and by either driving to the train station or riding my bike to the train station. Well, since March 17, I've been working from home, and I've started and have been commuting every day on my bike. I'll just do a loop and start and finish at my house. And recently what I've been doing is I've been going to a nearby park and then coming home. And when I'm at the park, I'll have a disc with me, and I'll throw it a few times just to enjoy myself and watch the disc go where hopefully I want it to go. So here's a little bit more in-depth information or footage on my commute. Okay, just about ready here for the evening commute, and I've got a disc, which is a necessity, as is the beach cruiser. So let's get going. All right. Oh, it's not too far to this park that I go to throw at. Nice day. I hope it was nice enough that they cut the grass. Yeah, it's not too far to this park. Maybe, I don't know, a little over a mile and a half. Should be there in maybe 3-4 minutes. Yes, they sure did mow this today. Looks much better. There goes my bike, but let's go throw. And when I'm there at my commute at the park and I'm throwing, I'm practicing a lot of my throws. I've been going through my bag disc by disc. I've been taking my my mid-ranges, my approach discs, my putters to this park, and I've been throwing them. But I've been practicing. I've been practicing every day. Give you a little bit more idea of what kind of practice, here's what kind of practicing I've been doing. Yeah, and I think the practicing has been helping a lot. Um, However, I still do need a lot of practice. As I could tell you from um, my game today that I played at in Palatine at their disc golf course. One of the things about that is that well, first let me go over the course, and here's a little bit of information and a kind of a review about the course. But it's basically a course that doesn't have a lot of rough to worry about. It's not wooded. There's no really wooded holes on it, but there are trees here and there. There are bushes here and there, um, and but there are a lot of fairways, which is nice. A lot of the fairways, you'll what I found that I needed to do was to not throw a full-on crush shot at the beginning to get to a part on the fairway where I can crush it, because a lot of the fairways are narrow to begin with, and then they open up. And if I can just get it to the point where I don't have to worry too much about the rough, I can then launch it from the fairway and do pretty good. I generally averaged a bogey on every hole, and here's my scorecard. All right, here at Palatine is a course I've played several times before, and it's basically an open looking course with nice fairways, and it surrounds a reservoir that is not really considered a water hazard, but because you're not really throwing anywhere around it or over it. There are some holes, such as hole 7 here, that has a very steep drop-off to the right, but you just keep it to the left, and in the fairway, and you're fine. Hole 8, narrow fairway as well, but no real dangers to the to going either side of the fairway. And the back 9 is pretty good. Hole 11, you're going downhill to the pin there. It's a nice hole. Hole 12, you're going uphill to the pin, but a short one. 13 is one of the tougher holes. 14, let's go back to 14. Yeah, 14, you have a little bit of a fence that you have to negotiate, but not a bad one. Hole 15, this is the signature hole. This one, you shoot from the top of a hill. You tee off from there, and it's a nice long one. 16, long uphill one. 17, a short one, but narrow fairway. And then 18 is the same. It's not very far, but it's a narrow fairway. And it was a little bit. I generally was pleased with how I played today. I had some shots that I'm happy with where the disc went. I'm happy with the way I threw it. But a lot of the shots, especially my tee-off shots, I noticed that I was reverting back to my old inferior form. And what it's teaching me, what I'm learning, is that I need to be focusing on how I'm throwing it, how I'm throwing those discs when I'm teeing off, uh, so that I not only look good, but the disc goes further, and the disc uh, is placed better. So um, it is something that, one takeaway definitely that I will say from this round that I played today was that I have something now that I can improve on, and I'll say that the last thing I'll say about that round is that I was not. Uh, I was pleased, generally speaking, but I was also displeased to the point where when I got home, I immediately drove to the place where I had been practicing my throws, and I had to grab all 4 of the discs that I played with today and just throw them and make sure that I was focusing on my form, and I was happy with how the practice went. So I'm going to keep practicing, and I'm going to hopefully keep improving. And next week is going to be an off week. I had not put anything on the schedule for this week or next week. Last week we were rained out, so that shifted to this week here at Palatine. And next week is going to be an off week where I don't really have any place specifically that I'm going to go. I may do some drills, but or I may go do a practice round somewhere. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But then the following week, I'm planning to go to a place where they have hosted the PDGA World Championships. I plan to go to Lemon Lakes, so I'm excited to try that course out. And but again, I'm just looking to improve. And until next week, that's what I want to encourage you to do, is just keep improving and keep lowering that score. So we will see you next time, and it may be sooner than later, but enjoy your week. Okay. Signature hole. But the basket's not there. So. That was for par. This is for bogey. Woo. Like, comment, subscribe.